Alright folks, welcome to this exciting video where you once again join me in the beautiful landscape of Scotland. And today I've punched on down to the coast because there's actually a cool old slipway and an old fishing heritage down there. And recently I did a video where I did a clip of an old video, a YouTube short, and I actually had the clip of the old slipway where the old boats and stuff used to get pulled up out of the water, and somebody commented saying, could you show us the old boats? So guess what folks, with this video we're going down to check out the old boats which lie down at the harbour of Boddin Point. I have been here a few times on previous videos documenting some of the historical wonders, so it's cool maybe to come down and see the boats, tell that wee story of the heritage, and let's check out and see if the North Sea's actually taken away any more of this history down in the land. It's so cool to get out. This is actually a morning walk here and the air's still quite cold and fresh, but you know what it is on this channel folks, we're out all conditions, all weathers, and there's the massive North Sea in front of us folks. Looks pretty calm today. I have got the drone as well. Last week on the videos they were all quite long, and that's quite hard for me to edit in the evenings when they're like an hour long or whatever. So this week I'm going to do these punchy little short videos just showing you little historical nuggets. And this video here, it's the abandoned boats here of Boddin Point. Wow, what a scene as I approach. Looks like this wee house here at the corner is getting some renovations done. What an absolutely incredible place that must be to live, looking out all directions over this North Sea landscape, all the way on up to like Lunan Bay and stuff like that. There's a fair wind blowing in off the North Sea today folks. That's often the thing that hinders us using the drone on every video. It can often be the wind or weather conditions. Look at this, this is actually the old lime kiln, built in the 1700s, and the fishing heritage here actually goes on beyond even like older times than that. And look at this, the remains of the fishing boats is here. This one here looks like it's fiberglass, so it's probably the most modern one that was pulled up onto this shore. But this one's here are the older wooden boats that lie here in the land. And then this here is the old slipway. Every year this just gets washed away more and more, and the history of Scotland on the shore here is slowly going missing. Little videos like this just keep it alive and just tell the story of the history. Just think, this slipway here with the concrete and the wood, at one time these old boats were actually pulled up and this continued all the way down. It's incredible how places like this can change within maybe like 100 years or whatever. It turns back to nature. I think also it's limestone under the ground here, which is quite a soft and easily eroded stone. Check out the boat, look, there's the bit where the winch would have dragged the fishing reels in over the back, and I think it would have been like creel nets they would have been picking up, like lobster pots, and then they would have been winching them up onto the boat. And I believe with these boats the engine which was within this compartment would have powered the rudder, powered the propeller, the prop I should say folks, the rudder's for steering. It would have powered the prop for powering the boat along, but also it would have probably had a clutch mechanism for a winch, for winching the net in, or the rope with the pots on it. Look at that, see the screw heads? They're actually copper screws, and that's how they've gone that colour, and that's so they don't corrode with the seawater. And yeah, look at it, this one's in quite poor condition, but like these ones here are actually slightly better. This one's still got its rear section on it. That one there has actually been a smaller boat, and it has had a repair on it at one time, look, with fiberglass. And then here, look, the outboard motor or whatever's been mounted there. Yeah, I think they've all been from the same fishing fleet here at Boddin Point, and I think it's maybe the same family that still own this area in like Boddin Farm. So it's interesting to think of that. The fishing here is just one thing that's totally gone missing, and it's such a shame. Yeah, look, that said at one time Montrose. Yeah, the boat names is getting harder to read as the years go on. See the shape here where the prop would have actually come out under, and then once again you see the wear where the rope had been grinding over the top of that every day, every fishing trip out into those wild seas. Imagine going out and this is your fishing boat, folks. The seas are so wild and choppy. It must have been an incredible hurl on a boat like that. Wow, I just love to see it, folks. The old history of Scotland like that, hidden within these wild lands. I say it a lot on my videos. And look, this boat here has been called Sandra. And it's cool to remember that, because each year as that paint comes off, you would actually forget what these boats were even named. And all the way along, you can actually see the heads of those screws, the copper screws. Just think about that, the technology and the way the wood was all built and constructed. The boat building scene must have been a big scene back in the day. And this boat was probably built in the early 1900s, I would say. Maybe even older, but most likely early 1900s. And it is just incredible how the whole fishing scene can just leave an area like this. I think potentially this port here, or this harbour kind of area, would have also been used for the loading and unloading of boats for the lime kiln, as well as the fishing scene. And it's cool to remember all that with this short little video. When I was looking at the lime kiln, I was just thinking it looked like a little bit more of it had actually broken off. My first ever YouTube video on this channel was actually that lime kiln, and that's a cool little story of this channel as well here. So there we go, folks. I actually got some banging drone shots right there. You'll see them at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that after this crazy wee adventure. I'm just packing up this beast now. It's crazy to see that, like, the angle that you can actually record stuff like this for nowadays is just mad. It gets a whole other perspective on the world, often if you see it from the air. And yeah, this has been cool. It's fun to hear these wee short videos as well as the long ones on the channel. It's fun just to often hear a wee nugget, a wee walk, a wee adventure. It's just crazy. After this, I'm actually away to catch up with Highlander for the next video, so you'll see that whenever I upload that as well. Yeah, it's so cool hearing fresh adventures, and I'm always amazed at how these places change over the years so much. I'll need to put this on charge when I get back to the car. I've got yet a new camera angle, folks. Often I would do all this stuff off camera, but why not just throw it on and have a crack? That's what we're about, 2025. New camera angles, new adventures. And also, you may see from the drone footage, there was a couple came and like walked right through and right round by. As soon as I was actually away to record the... Wait a minute, folks, sorry about this. As soon as I was away to record the boat, yeah, that couple came like walking down and walking around. But this is quite a popular area for a walk. Wow, this is epic, folks. This whole area is just ready to crumble. And when I was flying around the drone, with the drone, you can actually see how it's all been built up. I should put the windsock back on the camera, folks. Hold on for this. When I say this place has changed so much over the years, even since I started exploring, maybe like the last 10 years or whatever, this wall used to actually be in line with the side of this embankment. But that whole section is just chipping out and breaking away, and you can see that light coloured stuff. That's all limestone. Look how soft it is. It literally turns to sand on your fingers, and that's why this coastline is eroding so fast. What a mad wee adventure this has been today though, folks. Throwing the camera on, and it's been more about coming down to look at these boats. Like I say, somebody had seen the YouTube shorts when I was looking at this harbour, and they were saying, oh, I want to see the boats. And that's what we're about on the channel. We've come and looked at the boats, and it is cool to see them, because every year they degrade It's probably a good few years since I actually looked at the wee details, and to see the names of the boats as well before they're gone forever. And each of those obviously had Montrose written on it. But yeah, it's been cool to hear this wee video to have fly about with the drone. And who knows where I'm going for the next adventure, folks. Last week I had those hour-long videos. Like I say, it's tough to edit that after working all day and stuff. It takes time, and then it takes time for the computer to render it. So yeah, with these wee short videos, it's a bit of fun throwing the camera on the wee corner of Scotland. Anyway, folks, I'm going to end this one here. Check out the drone footage that's about to come up at the end. And yeah, I'll see you with the next adventure very soon.